It's time to let your creativity shine in the Ideate Stage. Here, you'll brainstorm new and different ways to solve your problem. You'll come up with as many ideas as possible, tons of ideas. Your ideas might include new objects you could make, different steps for doing things, and even changes to the space where the problem takes place. There are lots of ways to solve your design challenge. Let's see what our design team at Big Ideas Elementary does in the Ideate Stage. After they research their problem, the team needs to organize and talk about what they learned. Their teacher helps them write their findings on a discovery chart, and they put stars next to things that seem most important, like things they were surprised to learn, or things that came up over and over again. These are things they want to remember when brainstorming. Next, the team looks up the goals they identified for their project back in the Empathize stage. They check to see if those goals still apply to their project and rewrite them as needed based on what they learned so far. Now they're ready to use their research to brainstorm specific ways to meet their goals. Mrs. Dixon writes each goal on a piece of chart paper. Make sure borrowed pencils get returned. Make it faster to locate or borrow sharpened pencils and start working. Help students be prepared by having their own pencils. To get everyone's creative juices flowing, Mrs. Dixon asks each team member to write down or say 2 silly ways to get kids to return their pencils. Then, she asks them to share other ideas they have, anything they think could work. She posts the ideas the team has for each of the 3 solution areas, and pretty soon they have a lot of ideas. For example, to get students to return borrowed pencils, they could have an alarm go off if students leave with a borrowed pencil. Give Mrs. Dixon your left shoe in order to borrow a pencil. Mark Mrs. Dixon's pencils with brightly colored tape so it's easy to tell who has her pencils. Create a library-style checkout system for pencils. Have pencil police who search students' desks and backpacks. Have an automatic announcement remind students to return pencils. And have one borrowing pencil for each student in the class. If they don't return it, they can't borrow another. To speed up the process of making sure everyone has a sharpened pencil, they could design a self-sharpening pencil, make it a class job to hand out, collect, and sharpen pencils, keep pencils on top of the desks so you never have to look for them, have pencil sharpening relay races at the start of the day, make pencil necklaces so students always have pencils on them, earn extra recess time on Friday if the class gets ready as fast as Mrs. Dixon would like, or create pencil pals, pair pencil forgetters with students who are always prepared so they can quickly and quietly borrow a pencil from someone next to them. To help students be prepared with their own pencils, they could put a pencil vending machine or store in the classroom, have weekly desk cleanouts so students can find pencils and supplies quickly, send reminders home to parents to make sure students have pencils, spend the last 10 minutes of the school day getting organized and sharpening your pencils for the next day. Have each student bring their own box of pencils in the fall. The teacher can hold on to them and give them to students as needed. Give candy to students who are prepared all week long. Hold a pencil pageant. Encourage students to be prepared and express their creativity by bringing in fun pencils to use. And use found and donated pencils to set up a pencil bank for students who need them. Wow! The team came up with so many ways to help students quickly get pencils and be prepared to work. Before they finish brainstorming, each team member chooses their 2 favorite ideas and draws a star next to them. This will help them decide what to prototype in the next stage of their design project. How many amazing ideas will you think up in the Ideate stage?